All right. Good afternoon, Miss Bridgewater.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you today?
Doing well. Do we have the add-on calendar yet?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
15.
Oh yeah. Just going with the original, and I was like,
You asked and I told you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So I see the original.
Do you want me to send you the add-on?
Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. I was working on the original. Okay. Go ahead and
It just came.
okay. All right. Let's see now. Courtroom 2 has not come on yet. Just give me 30 seconds and I'm just going to go get the add-on calendar. Hang on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right then. Okay, courtroom 2 is also online and we have a few folks. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law, and this is going to be the first appearance calendar for misdemeanor cases with the State Court of Fulton County. These are cases involving individuals who were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. Soon after being booked in, their cases have now been formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County, who is the prosecutor. When I address each of the defendant's cases, I will let you know what's your new accusation number, the charges brought against you, to appoint counsel for you if required, and also to set a bond. Please remember that when we are addressing your cases, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. So I highly recommend that if you have any comments to make about the circumstances of your case, wait till you have a chance to speak with your attorney. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. And presently, I do understand we have a few public defense attorneys on Zoom. Now, with regards to bond, we will be looking to see if you have a criminal record history, what is the nature of that history, as well as to look at the circumstances of the charges brought against you. Depending on these factors and counsel's arguments, you may qualify for what we call a signature bond or a UJR or a release bond. In that particular case, you would not have to pay for your bond today, but you will have to comply with certain strict conditions in order to preserve your signature bond. Failure to comply can result in your signature or UJR bond being surrendered and or revoked. Others may qualify for what we call a surety bond or a cash bond. In that particular case, you would have to pay for the bond either out of your own pocket or through a bonding company. In the event that you are still at the jail facility within the next 2 weeks, then your case will be reset to, and that date would be, Ms. Bridgewater?
October the 28th.
Okay. Then your case will be reset to October 28th, 2025, and it will be held at 9 a.m. via Zoom or virtual method as well. Those who plan to attend, please make sure that you get your Zoom link. Now, if you are a alleged victim, if you are a witness, a family member, or someone in support or against a defendant, and you are appearing via Zoom, please mute your screen and switch your video off. You can come back on when you want to address a particular defendant's case, but switch your video off and mute your screen. Courtroom 2, who do we have first?
Position 4, Mr. Curtis.
Okay. This is Curtis Corey, accused of criminal trespass, willful obstruction, and simple battery against an officer from August 7th of this year, case number 25 CR 6367B. Mr. Curtis, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
5. This is 5th arrest this year. Got an open case in Superior Court. Criminal damage to property, 2nd degree. It's 25 PI 004-848. Got an open obstruction out of Clayton County, 2025 trespass conviction. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Scirocco?
Thank you, Judge. The state, given the history here and the similarity with the present offenses, is going to be a $1,500 total surety. Excuse me, $500 for each count here. Stay away from the Zaxby's at 5350 SR 92 in South Fulton. Social worker visit for BHET and housing. There appears to be a need for that given the disposition on the prior conviction from that was just this year. That was 25 CR 004074B, convicted of 2 counts of criminal trespass. Still on probation for that, it seems. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Thank you. Mr. Coleman?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Looking at this case and reading the notes from my supervisor, I believe that this is a duplicate charge. It appears that these started out as felony charges that were then sent down to state court. Mr. Curtis pled guilty to 12 months, credit for 92 days, back on August 7th before Judge Porter. He was sentenced to probation for him to pay $400, it looks like $95 in restitution. I believe that these are the same cases that are before the court at this time. So I think that this case has actually been concluded some time ago. I'm not understanding why Mr. Curtis is still in custody.
Judge, this is a different case, I believe, from a different incident date here. There's no allegation of damage to property here. I saw on the conviction for the other disposition from that case you referenced, a name, a victim's name that doesn't appear anywhere here. So these appear to be 2 distinct cases.
All right.
And what is supposed to be the incident date?
The incident date for the current case is August 7th, 2025. The incident date from the prior criminal trespass appears to be from June.
That would be nearly impossible for him to have committed this offense on August 7th because he was likely still in custody.
Well, he was released on June 18th, 2025 from Fulton County Jail. So where was he otherwise in custody?
The date that he pled guilty to this charge was August 7th of 2025. So unless he pled guilty
I
to the
have,
charges on that day and then was released and then went committed another crime at the exact same day, it's improbable.
well, I have a criminal trespass from June 23rd, 2025. And then I have another offense from June 16th, 2025. Looks
Right.
like he was booked into jail on June 17th and
Right.
released on June 18th. And then I'm not sure where the subsequent criminal trespass came from, but these charges are from August 7th.
Right. And again, I'm looking at the paperwork. The day that he pled guilty to these charges was August 7th.
And was
So-
he detained at that time, or was he walked into the courtroom?
It's my understanding, again, looking at the
I think you
paperwork,
were the judge. I think it was an SAP.
that he was, because the paperwork reads that the sentence was 12 months, served 92 days, credit for 46 days. So I believe that he was in custody that whole time.
Okay, that's all I need to know is whether
Yeah.
he was in custody or whether he walked in.
Yeah, I
So
believe that he was in
if
custody. And even
somebody
if
can give me a,
And I
let
believe
me see this.
on yesterday, I did submit an NOD for Corey Curtis.
For all these charges?
And is it definitely these charges, Deputy Chief Rhodes? Is that it?
I remember it being for criminal trespass. It has been declined to prosecute on the criminal trespass, and the case was marked as an NOD as of 10/14 because I thought it was in fact a duplicate as well.
Okay,
I don't know about other charges, but it was
Hang on.
criminal trespass for sure.
Can I just give me 1 second to look
Okay.
up the
all right,
that was-
Deputy, we're gonna have to look this up because it looks like he did plead guilty to 2 criminal trespass charges. Incident date is June 23rd, 2025. And the plea was taken on August 7th, 2025.
the trespass. This was so what I'm seeing, it was a transfer to our court. You're right, that's 6/23/25, downgraded from criminal trespass, damage to property, I think in the second. And then yeah, that involved the victim being Charlene Batson at a 1439 address. And this, let's see, and also, yeah, there's some damage to her windshield. This, nothing here, as alleged, involves anything with respect to Miss Batson, her windshield, or that aforementioned address. What we have here is it's the 5350 Georgia 42, Zaxby's address in Fairburn. And what's alleged is different from what's in that the 25 CR 004074B case.
Deputy, we're gonna have to come back to this case because I am now completely perplexed. He took a plea on August 7th at the SAP calendar, so he must have been in detention. And these alleged offenses are from August 7th, 2025. So the state will have to reconcile these dates. I'll come back to this case. Next case, please, courtroom 2.
We can go to add-on number 6, Mr. Kamara.
Did he not get fully disciplined?
This is Kamar Laman Haji. This is Laman Haji Kamara, accused of simple battery against a police officer on March 6, 2025, accusation 25 CR 6385E. Mr. Kamara, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Any priors, please?
11. He's been in custody, I think, since June on felony charges. 2024 probation. 2024 simple battery against police, NOLO.
Mhm.
2021 battery of a, type of nature. That was a
Okay.
conviction. 2020 obstruction conviction. That's it.
And Mr. Scirocco, or who is the prosecutor?
Who is
I believe this is Deputy Rhodes' case. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Every
sir.
road?
It could
Yes.
very well be. What's the last name on this one? I was looking up that other case. What's the last name on this one?
Kamara, position 6.
Kamara.
All right. 1 second, please. Your Honor, based on the defendant's history, the state's recommendation for bond is a $2,000 good bond.
Why was this charge languishing out there when he was already? Is this another case that was transferred from somewhere, Superior Court or something? He was booked in, this case is from March 6th. He was booked into the jail on March 7th of 2025. We've addressed all his other charges, but this one.
Kamara. And
Yeah.
This looks like this event happened on October 11th of 2025 at the Fulton County Jail. So
Okay.
it looks like the inmate, Lamine Kamara, refused housing orders during feeding. When officers attempted to guide him, he struck Officer Reddick with his elbow and later bit the back of her leg while resisting on the floor. He was restrained and medically cleared. So it appears that this case happened at the jail. That's why it's actually a new charge. But because it was towards the deputy, generally on jail cases, Your Honor, I get it. There are jailhouse fights. I don't, I normally let the jail deal with those. But because this was something that happened with an employee, I am recommending a good bond on it.
Okay. It's going to be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. No further violent contact with law enforcement. Thank you. Next court date will be, well, he's currently still got a surety bond on his other charges. He's got 2 counts of willful felony charges. So I'm going to just reset this case to 10/28, pending what happens in his felony charges. Thank you.
Next is position 2, Pamela Bailey.
Okay, Pamela Bailey is on the original SEA calendar.
Judge, we
Yep.
may, I'm not sure, I would defer to defense on this, but we may want to reserve this case to the end. The state is asking for MHET.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Deputy Milton, we'll have to put that in a breakout case. Who else do you have, Deputy Milton?
Add on 1, Miss Davis.
Okay. Rayunka,
I think it's
Davis.
Dayanka.
Rayanka, okay. And she is accused of battery, family violence, and 3 counts of simple battery, family violence from September 25th of this year, case 25 CR 6372E. Miss Davis, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any prize, Mr. Howard?
6. 2022 suspended license no low. 2019 failure to appear. 2013 DUI conviction.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
Mr. Scirocco?
Yes, Judge. The state's recommendation here is going to be a $1,000 surety bond, $250 for each count, and on account of there's a 2019 FTA, and there's a 2019 FTA. We have not yet had contact with the victim in this case, Mr. Isaiah Lowe, in reference to the biting him and the striking him, leaving the visible injuries. And that took place at 1056 Hank Aaron Drive, Southeast Atlanta. We would ask the court sound for him when appropriate, but the state is asking for $1,000 total surety with FFIB, no further contact with Isaiah Lowe. Stay away from 1056 Hank Aaron Drive, Southeast Atlanta, and of an abundance of caution here, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, Mr. Lowe, Isaiah Lowe, if you're present, this would be a good time to start your video or unmute. Mr. Coleman?
Your Honor, I'd be requesting a signature bond from Ms. Davis. She's 43 years of age, lifetime resident of Atlanta, Fulton County. She's been employed at the U.S. Post Office for the past 2 years. She's the mother of one 5-year-old child. She has very limited criminal history. I did not hear any convictions for any violent offenses in her history. I'd be requesting a signature bond.
And does she live at the Hank Aaron location?
I do have that as her address, yes.
Okay. On the battery family violence, it's going to be 1,500, and the remaining charges are going to be 500 each. Her total bond is going to be 3,000. It's a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. She will report to pretrial twice a month. Within 30 days, she will enroll and complete a domestic violence intervention program, not to consume any illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. She's to stay away from 1056 Hank Aaron Drive in Southeast Atlanta. She's allowed a one-time visit to the location. You need to listen. You need to listen. You're allowed a one-time visit to the location with a police officer. If the police officer verifies that Mr. Lowe has vacated the premises, then she is allowed to return to the property. But if he's still living there, then she will need to use that one-time visit to collect her personal property and update the court with a new mailing address, because she can't live there until he's either vacating the property on his own or she evicts him by filing a dispossessory action. Now, do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am, that is my current address. He never lived there. I have proof of residency that I stay there.
So what did I just say? You and the officer will visit there one time to verify that he's not living there. If he's still occupying the premises, then you would have to vacate the premises, get your property, and then file a dispossessory action to get him removed from the property.
I understand that, ma'am. I want to say that I have a criminal trespass against him. He cannot come to the property. That is my home. I live
Then
there.
make sure that you have the notice of criminal trespass with your officer when you'll go there. One-time visit.
You should be fine, ma'am. As long as you have proof that he's not allowed on the property, there should be no problem.
Okay. The next court date will be sent to either the Hank Aaron location if she's living there, or to the new address in accordance with the bond. Thank you.
This is a pretrial, Your Honor.
Correct. Free trial level 2, DVIP requirement. And no contact with Isaiah Lowe. Next case, please.
Next is add-on 3, Ms. Foxworth.
Okay. Alicia Foxworth, case is 25 CR 6374E, accused of 2 counts of battery and 2 counts of simple battery from October 14th, 2025. Ms. Foxworth, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any prize?
8. 2018 sale of marijuana. 2016 obstruction conviction. 15 failure to appear. 2015 battery conviction. That's it.
Was it a battery DV?
No.
Okay.
And neither was this, Judge.
All right. And what's the state's recommendation?
The state's recommendation is in part based on that there being a prior battery conviction from 2015 and an FTA from 2015, but more so it comes from the state's concern with respect to the initial call coming in about a woman chasing another woman around with a firearm. That's what officers responded to. Ultimately, there was not enough to substantiate a charge on that basis from what officers were able to collect at the scene. But the state nonetheless has a significant concern for this victim's safety, especially since they currently reside in the same apartment complex. And it sounds like whatever beef existed, whether there was any, I mean, the defendant sought out the victim here as she was walking by on the sidewalk. The address is 875 Trestle Tree Court, Southeast Atlanta. That again, an apartment complex. So the state is seeking a $6,000 total surety, 2,000 on each battery, 1,000 on each simple battery. No further contact with Dasha Yancey. Stay away from the 875 Trestle Tree Court, Southwest Atlanta address. We are asking for a 5-day anger awareness course, and we would ask as well that she surrender any and all firearms to the sheriff's office and have no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Dasha Yancey at this time.
Miss Yancey, if you're on Zoom, this is your time to unmute and start your video. Dasha Yancey. All right, Mr. Coleman.
Your Honor, I'd be requesting a signature bond for Ms. Foxworthy. It looks like her last conviction was some 10 years ago. She's 28 years of age. She's lived here in Atlanta for the last 5 years. She went as far as the 10th grade. She's the mother of 3 children, ages 3, 4, and 5. Reading the warrant, I did not see any allegations concerning a firearm.
That would be correct. Yeah.
Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond on behalf of Ms. Foxworth.
All right. On count 1, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. Counts 2, 3, and 4 are going to be $1,000 each, and that's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. She's to have no further contact with Dasha Yancey if they are in public, but she can return to her apartment at the 875 Trestle Tree Court in Southeast Atlanta.
Judge, I'm sorry. I understand that wasn't on the warrant itself. I misspoke. That was from the incident report that the state received. So that's additional information.
Understood. But presently, she can return to her apartment, but she needs to understand that when Miss Dasha Yancey or her immediate family, that is Miss Yancey's family, are outside, she must be inside the apartment or she must vacate the complex immediately without stopping or looking at them or conversing with them. But if she cannot handle that, then she is required to vacate the entire apartment complex. But once she's in public, outside the complex, she's to stay 200 yards away from Miss Yancey. And at all times, she's not to communicate with Miss Yancey in any way, form, or manner, whether it's in person, through a third party, mail, email, phone, and even on social media. If she violates these provisions of the no contact, her entire bond will be revoked and she'll spend the rest of the time in jail. So presently, she's got a $4,000 split bond, $1,000 surety on count 1. The remainder is a signature bond through pretrial level 2. She will report to pretrial services twice a month. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and any and all firearms that she presently owns must be surrendered to the police within 10 days of release, and they must be surrendered for destruction.
Yeah, before we move on, can I get some clarification as to the incident date?
Sure, I've got October 14th, 2025.
It wasn't in April?
No, I've got October 14th on the warrant between 1 p.m., between 12:30 p.m. and 1 p.m.
All right, thank you.
Next court date is, this is a $4,000 split bond. Next court date is October 28th. Next case.
Next, on the regular calendar, position number 5, Ms. Johnson.
The regular C calendar, right? Okay. Jamie, Jamai, I'm not sure, but y'all can correct me. Amy Kalisha Johnson is accused of terroristic threats and acts from October 11th, 2025. Her case number is 25 CR 63528. Ms. Johnson, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
It's a 9th arrest. 2020 failure to appear. 2018 suspended license. 2014 FTA. That's it.
Where was the FTA from 2020?
I'm not sure.
Okay. And Mr. Scaraco?
Yes, Judge, and I'd be happy to look that up for you. The state's recommendation here, given the threats of getting the victim, beating the victim's, you know what, and taking care of it. The state's concern for Miss Akila Madi Hill's safety, uh, and as such, we are seeking a $3,000 surety bond, 2 days anger awareness, no further contact with Akila Madi. Oh, excuse me, Hill or Hall? I believe it's Hill. Um, and stay away from Miss Madi Hill's residence um, at the 6354 Shannon Parkway address in Union City. The no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. We have not spoken with the victim yet. We will continue those efforts if we could sound for her when appropriate. Um, and yes, this is based on the facts in that 2020 FTA, which I'll let you know what county that is, but we can go to
Okay.
defense.
Mr. Coleman?
Your Honor, I'd be requesting a signature bond for Ms. Johnson. She is 33 years of age. She's lived here in Atlanta for the last 20 years. Ms. Johnson does have her GED. She is the mother of 6 children, ages 3 to 17. She's not working, therefore she has no money to post for bond. I did not hear any convictions for any violent offenses in her criminal history. Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond.
And Judge, that 2020 FTA was out of DeKalb.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, on the terroristic threats and acts, that's going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. She's to have no further violent contact with Akila Mahdi Hill, which means that she cannot have any physical or verbal altercations with Miss Mahdi Hill. No arguments, no raising your voice, and definitely no physical violence. She can return to the location at 6354 Shannon Parkway in Union City. She can have contact with the children in accordance with any defects in investigation that's going on. And while she reports to pretrial twice a month, I'll require her to do 2 parenting classes as well at her expense. She must begin her first parenting class within 30 days of being released. She's not to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and she'll be subject to random screens for illegal drugs and/or alcohol. Her next court date will be sent to her current address at the Shannon Parkway location. Thank you.
You said 25?
Yeah. Level 2.
Next is position 3, Mr. Brown.
Sean Brown is accused of the following, I think I have 7 offenses listed over here. So accusation number is 25 CR 6351A. And the 7 misdemeanor offenses are as follows. Battery, 2 counts of battery family violence, 1 count of cruelty in the 3rd degree, and 4 counts of simple battery family violence for a total of 7 misdemeanor charges accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County. Incident date appears to be October 13th, 2025. Mr. Brown, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
At least 10. Got to open terroristic threats, trespass damage. It's 24 PI 008441. I think it's the same victim. Got to open DUI, 2025 probation, 23 battery DV dismissed, 2022 trespass no law. That's it.
Mr. Scaraco?
Yes, Judge, and I do want to elaborate that the 24 PI 008441 terroristic threats and acts and criminal trespass open case that was from November of last year against the same victim. Officers arrived to find blood smeared on the side of the home and the Ring security bell. He'd broken into her home, into her bedroom window, took knives from the kitchen and placed them beside the victim. And when officers were later taking her statement, the defendant called her and was heard repeatedly threatening to kill her multiple times. And with that that NOLO, the 22 CR 005644G, that's also a criminal trespass against the same victim. That was for damaging items in and of her home, including her window and door, ultimately downgraded from a felony. And you heard about the other battery domestic violence case from 2023 that was from Florida that was ultimately dismissed. But this incident here happened in the presence and to a juvenile child. The first victim is Tanisha Watkins, and that's the girlfriend of the defendant. They reside together at 4945 Butner Road in College Park. And then the other victim is juvenile IP, wherein she tried to intervene in the defendant beating on Miss Watkins in a variety of ways, and ultimately herself was shoved when she tried to stop the beating. So, given the history here and the open case, as well as the prior NOLO and the other battery domestic violence case, the state is extraordinarily concerned for the safety of these two victims here. We are asking for a $9,000 total surety, $2,000 for each battery family violence, $1,000 for each simple battery family violence and cruelty to children. We are asking for FIP, no further contact with Tanisha Williams, no further contact with juvenile IP, stay away from 4945 Butner Road in College Park, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Miss Williams at this time.
Is it? Okay.
Is there something I can clarify, Judge?
No, I'm just puzzled by the 24 PI case, but I thought he received a consent bond. I may be mistaken. But anyways, with regards to Miss Williams, if you are involved in this case with Mr. Sean Brown, please unmute and start your video. All right, Mr. Coleman?
Yeah, I'd be requesting a signature bond on lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Brown. He is 44 years of age. He's lived here in Atlanta, Fulton County for the last 10 years. Mr. Brown did attend some college. He is presently self-employed as a lighting distributor. He tells me also that he is caring for his mother who is now suffering from cancer. Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond on lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Brown.
All right, so Mr. Scirocco, we're dealing with Sean Brown, right?
Yes, Judge.
And you said Miss Williams.
I
I got a little
have.
puzzled because the alleged victim is Tanisha Watkins.
Oh, excuse me. I meant Miss Tanisha Watkins. That was a slip of the tongue, Your Honor.
Okay,
Apologies.
no problem. I just
Yeah.
want to be sure we're talking about the right individual.
And if we could please sound for Miss Watkins and not Miss Williams.
I see a Tanisha Stokely. Unless by some bizarre chance we have two Tanishas on Zoom. Tanisha Stokely, could you please unmute and start your video? No? Okay. All right. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Brown, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. But if you want to waive your right to remain silent, then that's entirely up to you.
Mr. Brown, I would not advise you to say anything regarding the facts of the case at this time.
All right. Okay. My greatest concern is the fact that Mr. Brown entered into a consent bond order where there was express statements to have no violent contact with Tanisha Watkins. And apparently, I'm not certain what happened, but the warrant for this incident from October 13 is very disturbing. I'm going to accept the state's recommendation on the battery family violence, each count. That's going to be a $2,000 surety. And the remaining charges is going to be a $1,000 surety. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to be a $9,000 surety bond. No further contact with Tanisha Watkins. He's to stay 200 yards away from her, not communicate with her either in person, email, phone, third parties, and even on social media. And he's also to stay away from 4945 Butner Road in College Park, Georgia. He's not allowed a one-time visit. He's not to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and definitely not allowed to own or possess any firearms or weapons. The state also has a duty to report this matter to the district attorney's office with regards to the alleged violation of the last consent bond order. Thank you.
And we will, Judge. Thank you.
This next court date is going to be October 28th.
Next, we have add-on 11, Brielle Roundtree.
Yeah. This is on the add-on calendar. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Gosh, I lost my add-on calendar.
This is a first arrest.
Okay.
I do believe I sent a consent bond to Mr. McLean as well.
Okay. Brielle Roundtree is on the add-on calendar, case 25 CR 6376Y. She's accused of criminal trespass and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and her present attorney is Mr. Michael McLean. Mr. Rhodes, could you please articulate the terms of the consent bond order? I'm sorry, please unmute. Oh, whoever has it.
Yes, Your Honor, I could do that. I just need to pull it back up. Apologize for that.
I
Your
don't.
Honor, while you're looking, let me ask, since it's a consent bond, will someone be sending me that for your signature?
They should. I've seen 2 already been sent in,
Okay,
but this one has not. So
Okay.
Brielle Roundtree, just waiting on the terms of the consent.
okay.
Okay, here we are.
Mhm.
As it relates to Ms. Brielle Roundtree, the state was asking for a $2,000 sign-on bond, signature bond through pretrial services level 1 for the charges of criminal trespass and willful obstruction, 1,000 on each. Your Honor, as it relates to the conditions, the state was just asking that the defendant stay away from 2420 Piedmont Road, Atlanta, Georgia, which is the MARTA station there, which is the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, or weapon while on bond, and no further violations of the law. And I did send it to Your Honor. I know that Mr. McLean may have.
Right. We're gonna, we've had some glitches in terms of technological issues, but if I can open those up. Now, those bond conditions you just mentioned, we would consent to those. I've already instructed on the telephone to Ms. Roundtree that she must stay away from that location.
If I can sign with your express permission, I'll send it over to the judge as well.
Let's do that. I would ask you to do so. And if there's any other on my part of this, what we call the split list by slang, I'll be looking at those in just a second.
All right, I'll send it right over. Thank you so much.
All right. So based on this agreement, Ms. Roundtree, your bond is a total of $2,000, 1,000 on each count. It is a signature bond through pretrial services level 1, which means that you can sign up for your bond and be released within 24 hours, but you must report to pretrial services once a month. You must also stay away from the MARTA station at 2420 Piedmont Road in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, you have to stay away from MARTA in accordance with any active suspension you have. But if there's no active suspension, then you just have to make sure you do not embark and disembark any bus or train at that Piedmont Road location. Your next court date will be sent to your current mailing address, so make sure we have a correct address. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you.
Your Honor, and if I might, one further thing for Ms. Roundtree. Could we ask her upon her release to come to 100 Peachtree Street tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock? We've got information for her on how to help her out on various things, including the court matters.
Okay. Do you understand that, Ms. Roundtree?
16th floor, Ms. Roundtree, 16th floor, 100 Peachtree, downtown Atlanta, tomorrow at 9.
Do you understand, Ms. Roundtree? You need to say yes or no if you understand. All right. I don't know whether she understood. I can't hear her.
Yes.
Okay, that's better. Okay, now I heard a yes. Okay, thank you. All right, David Milton. Thank you. Quorum 2, next case, please.
Position 1, Mr. Abdullah Daniels.
Okay, that's on the regular C calendar.
It is.
Okay. Oh boy. All right, Mr. Khalid Sharif Abdullah Daniels is accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence and 1 count of terroristic threats and acts. Mr. Abdullah Daniels, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Coleman. Your accusation number is 25 CR 6366F. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Second, 2022 suspended license NOLO. Wanted out of the cab for larceny. That's it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Scirocco?
Thank you, Judge. Largely, the state's recommendation here derives from the facts of this particular incident and the statements made to police by the victim here, Miss Jenna Judd. She explained that that the defendant who the call came in where she was actually in fear, locked in the bathroom. She had locked herself in the bathroom out of fear of the defendant. And the two lived together at the 600 Phipps Boulevard Northeast address in Atlanta. The defendant had punched her in the face and pushed her against the wall. She'd hurt her arm from this. And there was video evidence of the defendant that she provided of the defendant yelling in her face and telling her that he was going to beat her ASS. And excuse me, she also stated significantly that during the police interview that she and the defendant have often had domestic instances that have resulted in him physically assaulting her. She certainly lives at the address as proven by the documentation she was able to provide to officers on scene. So I will say that. But we have spoken with the victim here, Miss Jenna Judd. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She stated that she confirmed they've known each other for 10 years and that they've been living together, but they're not in a committed relationship. She says she is not in fear of the defendant and believes he's a good man. However, he has MH issues. I didn't see anything with respect to diagnoses that need attention. And she feels as though she is the positive in his life. But she expressed that he has a very short temper and social issues that cause a rift between them. She is not with the defendant. And even though she's not with the defendant in that way, he is nonetheless controlling and jealous with respect to many of her decisions and the environments that she is in. She also expressed that he owns a handgun. She's requesting no further violent contact to assist the defendant with changes in his life, but I think the defendant needs to make those changes for himself. It should not be relying on this victim at the risk of her safety here. The state's recommendation is a $3,000 surety, 1,000 on each count here. FIP, no further contact with Jenna Judd. Stay away from 600 Phipps Boulevard, Atlanta, which is an apartment complex. Surrender any and all firearms to the sheriff's office, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Miss Judd at this time, Judge.
Jenna Judd, please unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Judd, did you want to add to these proceedings?
No, he relayed everything actually extremely well.
Okay.
I do want to reiterate that I do believe he's a good man, and if you court ordered him to get psychiatric help, I believe that would help. But that's all I wanted to reiterate, and thank you.
Do you still live at the Phipps Boulevard location?
Yes, ma'am. That's where I am right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Coleman?
Yeah, I'd be requesting signature bond for my client. He is 30 years of age. He has lived here in Atlanta, Fulton County for the last 5 years. He's been working as an insurance agent for the last 2 years. This appears that this is only his second arrest, given his limited criminal history. And the support of the complaining witness in this case, I'd be requesting a signature bond.
Okay. On the 2 counts of simple battery family violence, it's going to be 2,000 each. On the terroristic threats, that's going to be 1,000. This is going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He will report to pretrial services once a week after he is released from the DeKalb County hold. He's to have no further contact with Miss Jenna L. Judd. He's to stay 200 yards away from her. He's not to, you need to put your hand down and listen. Put your hand down and listen. He needs to stay 200 yards away from Miss Judd. He's not to communicate with her in any way, form, or manner, including in person, mail, email, phone, social media, or any other computer device, and even through a third party. He's allowed a one-time visit to the 600 Phipps Boulevard location with a police officer. At this visit that cannot exceed 1 hour, he is allowed to remove his personal property, and then he must update the court with his new mailing address within 30 days of being released. Within 15 days, he will undergo a MH evaluation and treatment with any appropriate healthcare provider. Within 30 days, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program, and this is a series of 24 classes that he would need to attend and complete at his expense. He's not allowed to miss or skip any classes. He must show proof of his evaluation with an MH healthcare provider to pretrial, and he must show proof of enrollment in a DVIP program to pretrial. He's not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and he's not allowed to own or possess any firearms. So, Ms. Judd, when the police arrive with Mr. Abdullah at your premises for him to collect his belongings, please make sure that you alert the officer that there is a handgun. The officer is to confiscate the handgun and destroy it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Abdullah Daniels, you have been advised of your right to remain silent, but if you wish to waive that, that would be to your detriment.
I'm okay. That's my apartment. My name's on the lease. She doesn't live there. A few of her things are there. That's it.
Has she lived there for more than 30 days?
No, she's been there like a week.
Let me ask her. Ms. Judd, when did you move into the property?
We lived in the property over 7 years.
All right. So, Mr. Abdullah Daniels, if you wish to have Ms. Judd leave the property, you would need to file a dispossessory action. You would need to get an eviction order, and then you would need to wait for the marshals to have her evicted. But you yourself cannot undertake any of these efforts other than just filing the suit.
No, that's perfect fine. I was just letting you know so you knew that I'm not going for just an hour. I'm going to get my apartment and then file the eviction. And then if I need to switch my apartment, then I'll switch my apartment. That's fine also.
You have to stay 200 yards away from the entire building, 600 Boulevard in Atlanta, Georgia. You're not allowed to get another apartment in that building.
I'm not allowed to get another apartment.
No, sir. 200 yards is the length of 2 football fields. You cannot be anywhere in that apartment complex unless you get a court order.
So I have to change so basically I need to get another apartment.
Not in that building.
Oh, no, like another apartment.
Unless you're successful in evicting her.
Correct.
No, that's why I said I could just go for the eviction and just send that out. That's fine. It takes 30 to 60 days, right? I just signed the lease last month. So I got 15 months. I'm fine. I'm fine for 2 months.
Okay, that's fine, sir.
But
Miss Judd, if he's seen anywhere near you, please call the police. His bond will be revoked. Thank you, with the exception of the one-time visit. All right, next case, please.
Next, we have Miss Heard. I'm not sure if she's supposed to be getting a consent bond.
Rings a bell. Is that
That's correct, Your Honor. I didn't see her on the calendar, but we did sign an order for a $2,000 consent bond through pretrial.
Is she on the add-on calendar?
And she was not on either calendar.
Okay. All right. I don't know anything about this case. So what's a booking number?
1 second.
251
251
8711.
Thank you. 251 8711. All right, so Miss Sherlonda Shaquana Hurd, yes, she does have a consent bond. Unfortunately, she also has a Clayton County hold. She's accused at the present time of willful obstruction of an officer and giving false information to an officer. What are the terms of the consent bond, Mr. Coleman, or?
1 second.
I can provide it, Judge.
It is
$2,000 signature bond, Judge.
Okay.
1,000 signature bond on each count, the willful obstruction and giving false information. No violation of the laws while out on bond, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
That's correct.
And that current hold, I believe it's a probation violation. I believe so. I don't have a confirmation in front of me, but that is what the consent bond in this case is.
And Mr. Coleman, your client agrees to these terms?
Yes, I discussed it with her.
All right, then in that case, Ms. Hurd, you will be granted a $2,000 signature bond. I'm assuming this is through the jail?
Yes. Well, no, it's through pretrial services.
Pretrial services level 1?
Level 1.
Level 1,
Level
Judge.
1. Okay. So Ms. Hurd, as soon as you're released on this bond, Clayton County authorities have to come pick you up with regards to your probation hold. Once you have resolved your probation hold, you must report to pretrial services once a month and make sure that we have your good mailing address so that we can send you a court date for your next summons. If you don't show up for your next summons, you could lose the signature bond and it will be converted to a cash or surety bond. Understood? Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I have a question for position 2 on the regular calendar, Miss Bailey. Do you want us we have to wait till the end of the calendar?
Pamela Bailey, if you just give me a few moments, I'll go into a breakout. Is that the only other defendant in your location?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give me a few moments and we'll go into a breakout. Thank you. Courtroom 2, who do we have?
Add on to Mr. Eggleston.
Okay. Deputy, can we remove that gentleman from the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. This is Mr. Robert Eggleston. case number 25CR006381G. Mr. Eggleston is accused of battery, family violence, and simple battery, family violence from October 14th, 2025. Mr. Eggleston, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any priors?
38. He has a bench warrant. Open case out of South Carolina. Public disorderly. Open case out of Fulton. Theft by taking, criminal damage to property. It's 25 SC 001231. On probation out of Clayton County, criminal damage to property, second degree. 2018 terrorist threats conviction.
That's, thank you. Mr. Scirocco, what's the bond recommendation?
Thank you, Judge. The state's bond recommendation is based not only on his history within Georgia, but his history outside of Georgia. There's a number of terroristic threats and acts convictions, the most recent of which was 2018. There was a recent ag assault conviction in 2018, and there's other terroristic threats and acts and ag assault cases over the years. The state's recommendation here, given that and his open cases, is an $8,000 surety. We are recommending FIB, no further contact with Brenda Armstead. Stay away from 1056 Hank Aaron Drive, Southeast Atlanta. And oh, excuse me, that is the wrong address.
That's why I thought didn't ring
that
a
was
bell.
that was a different address. I apologize. I can pull that up very quickly.
2625 County Line Road.
Yeah.
Yep, that is correct. Stay away from that address, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. I don't believe we've spoken with the victim yet. I know we've made efforts. That is correct. We have not. We will continue those efforts. If we could sound from Ms. Armstead at this time, that is all for the state.
Brenda Armstead, if you're on Zoom, this is the moment to unmute and start your video. Don't think I see anyone coming on. Okay. Mr. Coleman?
Yeah, I'd be requesting a signature bond in lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Eggleston. He is 63 years of age. He's lived here in the Atlanta area for the last 5 years. He does have his GED. He has been working at a car wash for the last year. Therefore, he has little to no money to post for bond. Again, I'd be requesting a signature bond in lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Eggleston.
Okay. Bond is going to be set at $1,500 for the battery and $500 for the simple battery family violence. Total bond is a $2,000 surety bond. No further contact with Brenda Armstead, and he is not to cohabitate with her. I'm not certain if the 2625 County Line Road is the residence or the, let me see. I have a different residence, 2405 Sandfall Court.
Correct.
In Southwest Atlanta.
Wherever the victim resides, Judge.
Okay, so he cannot reside in the same location as Miss Brenda Armstead. And so if it's at the Sandfall Court location, he cannot return to that property except for a one-time visit with an officer to get his belongings. And then he'll need to update the court with his new mailing address.
Yeah, he states to me that he lives with his brother-in-law. I believe that's a different address.
Okay, as long as he can provide us with that address, that would be great. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and his next court date is October 28th.
Thank you.
Your client does have a bench warrant, Mr. Coleman, and he understands that, right?
Yeah, I see a failure to appear enterprise. Thank you.
No. Next, who's hosting? Do we have Miss Grace or Mr. Jordan? Mr. Jordan?
Yes, Judge.
Could you place AC/DC? Deputy Milton, are you at the monitor? Yeah, she's got one ear appeal to the monitor. Okay. All right. And who's involved with Pamela Bailey's case?
That would be me.
All right.
And me, Your Honor.
Okay. So before we go into the breakout, Mr. Howard, any priors on Pamela Bailey? Position?
9.
9?
So you got to open obstruction, shoplifting, ag assault, terrorist threats out of Paulding County. Last arrest was in Cobb, unauthorized discharge of a firearm within 50 yards of a public highway, reckless conduct. 2024 reckless conduct conviction, 23 terrorist threats conviction. That's it.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Jordan, if you could place ACDC, myself, Mr. Coleman, and Mr. Scirocco, and Mr. Rhodes into a breakout, please.
Hi, my name is Amanda Shen, and I'm also here to listen to this case. Can I be included in the breakout?
What is, you need to start your video and
Okay.
identify your role in this case.
Absolutely. I'm a senior HR leader at the company of the person that was approached by this individual.
Okay, I'll allow you in the breakout until I have to remove you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Did you say you wanted her in the breakout room too?
Yes, please. I'll
Okay.
remove her once we get to information that's.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Bridgewater, are you back also? And Mr. Coleman's back, okay. Just want to make sure Ms.
Yes,
Bridgewater,
I'm back. I'm just
okay,
muted and no video, but I'm with you.
all right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, courtroom 2, we can resume.
We can go to add-on 15, Mr. Walker.
Okay.
Hey, what was the bond, Judge?
That was 15,000 surety bond. Next court date, October 28th. Courtroom 2, the video is off on your side. And that was 15 on the add-on. Thank you. I have Deshaun Walls, who is on our add-on calendar, case number 25 CR 6383H, accused of willful obstruction of an officer and criminal trespass from September 2nd of this year. Mr. Walls, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
16. Got an open ag assault, possession of a firearm during the commission. It's 25 PI 000027. Wanted out of Bullock County. 2020 probation, 2020 simple assault, simple battery obstruction conviction, 2019 robbery, battery, criminal damage to property conviction. You want me to
That
keep going?
is, no,
Knew
I
it.
was going to pause, but okay. Mr. Rhodes, what's the bond recommendation for Mr. Walls?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Walls, the state's bond recommendation is a $1,000 surety bond and to stay away from 3985 Jonesboro Road. Your Honor, you may recall this warrant is from September 2nd of this year.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm showing 3820 Cypress Point Drive. Union City officers found Deshaun Walls at a residence he was court ordered to stay away from, actually. When Officer Williams attempted to arrest him for violating the bond conditions, he pulled away, refused handcuff. He physically resisted, causing a struggle for the officers. At some point, he ended up falling to the pavement, sustaining minor abrasions from the resistance that he put up. Your Honor, I'm going to amend that stay away to the correct address, and that is 3820 Cypress Point Drive in Union City, Georgia. Was looking at the tail end of the last case, so I apologize for that.
All right.
That's the state's recommendation.
And what about Sedina Hill?
Yes, and please to stay away from a stay.
Sedina Hill, if you're on Zoom, this will be your time to unmute and start your video if you want to say something. Sedina Hill. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Mr. Walls tells me this case is about him being ordered to stay away from his mom's house because of another case, and he was ordered to do so, as Your Honor has seen in the accusation and in the police report by another judge. But he says, you know, I really did not understand. I thought that was if the other guy was not there. Didn't know that.
I'm sorry, what was not understood?
He didn't understand. He thought as long as another guy whose name starts with an H, I don't know what it is. I told him it's none of my business what that case was. But he says, I thought I could go to my mom's house as long as he wasn't there. So whether it's mistake of law, mistake of fact, no notice, I don't know what the defense will be in the future. But I didn't get a full picture. But that's the nature of this case. Given that he is 25 years old, his arrest record is with the clerk or the prosecutor has said, and we would ask for a signature bond because of the circumstances. He's educated through high school, went to Langston Hughes. He is disabled for the last 2 years because the car he was riding in was hit head on. He's been injured. He's been in a wheelchair since. He's trying
I'm sorry, how long ago?
2 years ago, he was in a car wreck.
Okay.
2023.
Got it.
Before he was disabled, he worked in a chicken plant. So we would ask the court to give him a signature bond. I've explained to him in some detail, once you get out of Bullock County for your hold, do not go back to Cypress Point. And he understands now.
I'm trying to figure out whether the 25 PI case has been indicted. Maybe somebody can type faster than I can.
Your Honor, if that's the aggravated assault, 25 PI, quadruple 027, I'm not showing an indictment number as of yet.
There we go.
It does appear to be from December of 2024.
So there is a $60,000 surety bond. No weapons, no drugs. Stay away from 3820 Cypress Point Drive, Union City. No contact with victim. Ankle monitor to be paid by county. 24-hour curfew with the exception of work, legal, medical emergencies, and appointments. So that's the bond order that was issued in the felony case, where it expressly states he's to stay away from 3820 Cypress Point Drive. There are no amendments subsequent to that. And he's got a 24-hour curfew. So I'm a little perplexed by this claim of misunderstanding. I'm going to go with the state's recommendation. On count one is going to be a $250 surety bond. Count two is a $750 surety bond. His total bond is $1,000. If you didn't get it before, Mr. Walls, you are to stay away from 3820 Cypress Point Drive in Union City. You're not allowed anywhere near that location. It doesn't matter who's in that home. You cannot be within 200 yards of that location. From this point onwards, you are to also have no contact with Sadina Hill. You're not to communicate with this person in any way, form, or manner. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And your next court date will be October 28th. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. You got it. Beyond the plan, or somebody.
Next is add-on 4, Mr. Harris. Here.
Add-on 4, okay? You know, the main calendar looks as big as the add-on calendar. So okay, here we go. Xavier Harris is accused of fair evasion and criminal trespass from October 14th of this year. Case number 25 CR 63738. Mr. Harris, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any priors, Mr.
6. Got an open burglary of vehicles out of Houston, Texas. On probation, Columbia County for forgery. Last arrest was September 8th on Marta trespass. I got a 2025 trespass NOLO. That's it.
Mr. Scirocco?
Yes, Judge. Given that last arrest and the other case involving trespass and his history, the state's recommendation is $1,000 total surety, $500 surety on each count, the fair evasion and criminal trespass. We are asking that he stay away from this is there's a number of suspensions that are currently active. We would just ask for a stay away from MARTA premises and property. Social worker visit for housing appears to be appropriate here, given what was on the citation. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. That is all for the state.
Mr. Coleman? I'm sorry, please unmute.
Sorry. I'd be requesting a signature bond for Mr. Harris. He is 24 years of age. He's lived here in Atlanta for the last 3 years. He went as far as the 7th grade. He is not working, therefore he has no money to post for bond. These are non-violent offenses. Again, I'd be requesting signature bonds.
All right. On the fair evasion, that's going to be $5. On the criminal trespass, that's going to be a $50 bond, cash bond. His total bond is going to be $55. And once he posts that cash bond, then he can be released, but he'll need to make sure that he comes back to court when summoned. He's to stay away from all model property. I don't care whether it's a bus, a train, a station, the bathroom, the parking lot, or the any other amenities. He's not allowed on any model property until further order of the court. Next court date is October 28th. He should have a social worker visit for housing situation. Thank you.
Next is add-on 5, Mr. Hickle.
Derek Heichel is accused of 2 counts of battery, family violence, cruelty in the 3rd degree, and simple battery, family violence. Your case is 25 CR 6375C. Alleged incident date is October 14th, 2025. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Or is it Mr. Coleman? Mr. Coleman, sorry. Mr. Coleman. Mr. Howard, any priors?
9th arrest on probation, simple battery DB. 2024 probation. 24-23 fade to appeal. 2021 simple battery DV conviction. That's it.
All right. I'm sorry, you said he's on probation on a DB case?
That is correct, Judge. It's 24 CR 006767C. Is that what you have pretrial?
Correct.
Okay.
And
Mr. Scirocco, what's the recommendation?
yes, and also he may be on probation for that that other simple battery DV case out of Paulding County. That, though I couldn't confirm, that does appear to be, that's a different one, since that conviction was in 2024. Given the recent convictions for family violence offenses here, the state is very, very concerned about the victim, both victims' safety here, that being Dodd Hicks and juvenile AB. We're also concerned with the defendant's drinking habits, given what was alleged here in the context of this case. The state's recommendation thus is a $10,000 total surety, $4,000 for each battery, family violence, and oh, excuse me, I'm at $3,500 for each battery, family violence, and $1,000 for each simple battery, family violence, and cruelty to children, which would be, excuse me, the state's seeking a $10,000 surety. It's 4 charges, I believe. Is that correct?
There are 4 charges, yes.
Thank you. 4,000 on the battered family violences and 1,000. FFIP, ADET, no further contact with Dodd Hicks, no further contact with juvenile AB. Stay away from 1856 Wells Drive in Atlanta. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And the state has made efforts but have not spoken yet with Miss Hicks regarding this case. We would ask that the court sound for her when appropriate. That is all for the state at this time. Thank you.
Dodd Hicks, if you are on Zoom and you wish to address the court, please unmute and start your video. While we're waiting, do we have a Spanish interpreter case? I have Ms. Tolles also on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Mr. Coleman or Mr. McLean, did you need to confer with anyone with the interpreter?
Well, it turns out that Mr. Ortiz has a good bit of English, and we were able to interview between the two of us very well. Also, we were able to discuss the individual conditions of the consent signature bond. He says he understands each condition and agrees. I think it would be not a bad idea for him to hear it with a little interpretation, but I don't think it needs to be a full-blown hearing.
Okay.
I just want to confirm with him that he understands precisely what no smoke signals. That's a phrase I use to people. I just kid around with them. But no discussion on social media, no messages of any kind, that sort of thing. And if we just discuss that, I'll feel very confident that he understands what he already signed for me.
All right, Ms. Tolles, if you please remain, we'll try to take that case up as soon as possible.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be on standby.
Thank you. Ms. Dodd Hicks has not responded. Mr. Coleman, what's your recommendation?
Yeah, I'd be requesting a cinch bond on lieu of that, a low bond for Mr. Heichel. He is 34 years of age, a lifetime resident of Atlanta, Fulton County. Mr. Heichel does have his GED. He's been employed for the last 3 months as a cook. He has little to no money to post a bond. Again, I'd be requesting a cinch bond or in lieu of that, a low bond.
On count 1 of the battery family violence, that's going to be a $3,500 surety bond. Count 2 is going to be a $1,500 surety bond. The remaining charges are going to be $1,000 each, and this is going to be a $7,000 surety bond. No further contact with Dodd Hicks. No further contact with the minor AB. To stay 200 yards away from 1856 Wells Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. He's not to consume any illegal drugs. He's not to consume any alcoholic beverages and not allowed to own or possess any firearms. His next court date will be October 28th. Thank you.
And these are all surety bonds?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
He's got the FTAs from 24 and 23 that disqualify him from a signature bond. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Heichel, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say can and will be used against you in your case.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor, but I just wanted to state for the record that the probation case in Clarendon County was successfully terminated.
Well, I'm glad for you, but you still have failures to appear on your criminal history record, and under the new law, you don't qualify for signature bonds.
I'll call your emergency contact and let them know what the bond is, sir.
Okay.
Within 30 days, he must update the court with his new residential address since he can't be at the Wells Drive location.
Would I be able to get my property from the location?
You're not allowed a one-time visit. No.
He's not allowed to go back one time?
No, sir, not under these circumstances and given his recent history of violence. Next case, please.
Add-on 9, Mr. Ortiz.
Ortiz? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. This is on the line there.
While we're waiting, Judge, the case that you asked the state to inquire into earlier, Curtis.
Yeah.
The mistake there was the actual, in the heading language of the warrant, it had the August 7th date, wherein he would have been in custody, it appears. The actual incident date was from April 30th of 2025.
Okay. From the incident report.
From the language of the warrant, Judge.
And also from the probable cause language of the warrant.
Yes.
Okay, I'll address that shortly. Let me still focus on Mr. Ortiz. All right, Ms. Tolles, this is going to be a consent bond order, so we just want to make sure he understands the terms of his release.
Yes, ma'am.
Please translate as we move forward. Mr. Jorge Luis Ortiz is accused and charged with simple battery family violence, criminal trespass, and battery family violence.
Señor Jorge Luis Ortiz, a usted se le imputan los cargos de agresión simple, violencia en el hogar, invadir una propiedad privada y agresión simple, violencia en el hogar.
The incident date is October 14th, 2025.
La fecha del incidente fue el 14 de octubre de 2025.
You have been advised of your right to remain silent. Well, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you.
Tiene derecho a permanecer callado. Cualquier cosa que diga durante la audiencia podrá y será usada en su contra.
You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one would be appointed to represent you, and Mr. McLean is your appointed counsel.
Tiene derecho a un abogado Y si no pudiera costear los servicios de un abogado, el licenciado McLean es designado como su abogado para representarle.
The prosecutor and your attorney have come to terms and agreed to your bond.
El fiscal y su abogado han llegado a un acuerdo y han quedado en una cantidad de fianza.
You still have an open, active criminal case against you. You will be required to comply with all the conditions of this bond.
Aún así, usted tiene un caso penal abierto y activo que sigue pendiente en su contra, así que a usted se le requiere cumplir con todas las condiciones de la fianza.
If you violate the conditions of the bond order, your bond can be revoked and you will be back in jail.
Si usted infringe las condiciones de la orden de fianza, su fianza podría quedar revocada y usted será devuelto a la cárcel.
The prosecutor, Mr. Rhodes, is now going to tell us the terms of your bond.
El fiscal, el licenciado Rhodes, ahora nos va a decir cuáles son los términos de la fianza.
Sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. As it relates to the bond for Mr. Ortiz, the state is recommending a $3,000 sign-on bond through pretrial services level 1.
Sí, su señoría. Con respecto a la fianza, para el señor Ortiz, el Estado recomienda una fianza de $3,000 bajo firma a través de los servicios previo al juicio, nivel 1.
The state is also recommending that for each of the 3 charges that it be broken down into $1,000 increments.
El Estado también recomienda que para cada uno de los 3 cargos, la fianza será en incrementos de $1,000 cada uno.
The state is recommending that there be a stay away from Miss Mia Morales Hernandez.
El Estado está recomendando una condición de mantenerse alejado sin contacto alguno con Mía Morales Hernández.
And to be more accurate, no further contact with that individual.
Y para ser más preciso, no más contacto en absoluto con esa persona.
The stay away is from 5075 North Bridges Drive in Johns Creek, Georgia.
Y el lugar del cual se tiene que mantener alejado es el 5075 de la North Bridges Drive en Johns Creek, Georgia.
The state has been allowed to sign with the express permission of Mr. Mike McLean.
Al Estado se le permitió firmar con el permiso explícito del licenciado Mike McLean.
We will send a corrected version outlining those conditions.
Y sí enviaremos una versión corregida que indica esas condiciones.
Thank you. Mr. McLean, are these the terms to which your client has agreed?
Licenciado McLean, ¿esos son los términos con los cuales su cliente está de acuerdo?
Yes, Your Honor, they are.
Sí, su señoría, así son.
Mr. Ortiz, I will accept the $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. You will report to pretrial services once a month once you are released.
Señor Ortiz, acepto la imposición de la fianza de $3,000, la fianza bajo palabra, nivel 1. Usted se reportará al servicios previo al juicio una vez al mes, una vez que salga en libertad.
This is still an open, active criminal case against you. So please remember that you are to not have any contact with Mia Hernandez.
Esto sigue siendo un caso abierto y activo penal en su contra. Así que acuérdese, por favor, que no debe de tener ningún contacto con Mia Hernández.
You are to stay 200 yards away from her and not speak with her either in person, through a third party, phone, computer, and even on social media.
Debe mantener una distancia de ella de 200 yardas y no debe hablar con ella directamente ni a través de terceros, por computadora, ni siquiera por las redes sociales.
You are to stay away from 5075 North Bridges Road in Johns Creek.
Manténgase alejado del 5075 de la North Bridges Road en Johns Creek.
Do you have any personal items still at that location?
¿Tiene usted pertenencias ahí en ese sitio?
Yes.
Yes.
You are allowed a one-time visit with a police officer. You would have to go to the Johns Creek Police Department and ask a police officer to escort you to the house to remove your items. That visit cannot exceed 1 hour.
A usted se le permite regresar una sola vez acompañado de un agente de policía. Tendrá que ir a la delegación de policía del Johns Creek y pedir que uno de ellos le acompañe a la casa para sacar sus pertenencias. Esa visita a la casa no puede durar más de 1 hora.
You're not to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and you're not allowed to own or possess any firearms.
A usted no se le permite consumir drogas ilegales ni bebidas alcohólicas, tampoco estar en posesión de armas de fuego.
If you violate these conditions, if you don't report to pretrial, if you don't show up for court, or if you get arrested again, this signature bond will be revoked.
Si usted infringe esas condiciones, si no se presenta a la oficina de servicios previa al juicio, si no se presenta a sus audiencias en el tribunal o si lo vuelven a arrestar, su fianza bajo palabra será revocada.
Do you understand the conditions of your bond?
¿Entiende usted las condiciones de la fianza, señor?
Yes.
That concludes this case. Thank
Muy
you.
bien, el caso da por concluido.
Thank you, Ms. Tolles. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everyone have a good day.
You too. Next case, please.
Nice to see you, Jatu.
Your Honor, did you want to go back to position 4?
Whichever case you're ready, I can take them up as you move them along.
All right, we can go to position 4.
Okay. Position 4 on the regular C calendar, I have Curtis Corey, who has been advised that his charges are criminal trespass, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and a simple battery against a police officer. And Mr. Scirocco, you're saying that the incident date is?
April 30th, Judge. And the state has sent amended accusations with the correct date on them. Those should be filed. Those should be coming through the pipeline very shortly.
All right.
But they are in the system. The state's recommendation is a $1,500 total surety, $500 each. Stay away from the Zaxby's at 5350 SR 92 in South Fulton. Social worker visit for BHET and or housing. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And that is all for this
Mr.
case.
Scirocco, if I can just make a friendly amendment to that.
Yeah, sure.
Apologize. Make a friendly amendment because we know he was in fact in custody on August 7th, and this is an April 30th warrant. It should have been caught. It's not his fault it wasn't caught. So the friendly amendment would be for us to either ask the judge for a UJR or a signature bond through pretrial services. Thank you, Mr. Scirocco.
Thank you. I've never before heard of it being a friendly amendment, but is that like friendly fire or something? But okay, I'll go with that. Mr. Scirocco, I'm going to amend this to a $1,500 signature bond through the jail. Any objection, Mr. Coleman?
No, Your Honor. And actually, that was the argument that I was going to make. He looks like he's been in jail for some 65 days with him not even knowing why.
But he cannot go to the Zaxby's at 5350 State Route 92 in South Fulton. He'll need to figure out another Zaxby's to get his chicken.
That's understood. Thank you.
Right. And he must report to court when summoned.
And that signature bond is going to be through the jail?
Correct.
Thank you.
Next is add-on number 7, Mr. McKenzie.
Oh, add-on. Okay. There we go. Derek McKenzie's case is 25 CR 6377Y. Mr. McKenzie has 5 misdemeanor charges brought against him from an October 14th, 2025 incident. 2 counts of battery, family violence, 2 counts of simple battery, family violence, and cruelty in the 3rd degree. Mr. McKenzie, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Mr. Coleman. Any friars, please?
Or you got to open ag assault with a deadly weapon out of Tennessee. That's it.
Would you know the incident date or case?
No.
Or year?
Out of Tennessee?
Well,
I thought that was, I'm thinking it was 2017. Let me double check. You said open?
Correct.
okay. Is there a hold, justice hold, or any kind of extradition hold?
I see I can check on
Yeah,
that. I see he's
fugitive hold.
wanted out of, for probation violation, which usually means there's a hold.
Okay. All right, Mr. Scrabble, whenever you're ready, what's your recommendation?
Yes, Judge, the state's recommendation for this case, and I have that being a 2017 ag assault with a deadly weapon case. But maybe pretrial can let me know if they see something else. 3,500 total surety, 1,000 on the battery family violence, 500 for each the simple battery family violence, each of those two, and the cruelty to children as well for a total of 3,500. We are recommending FIB, no further contact with LaDerica McKenzie, no further contact with the juvenile that was present during the choking here, which, as you know, is a very big risk factor in DV cases, Judge, hence the state's recommendation, as well as that ag assault case. Stay away from 3167 Finesca Pass in Atlanta. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And that is all for the state. Thank you, Judge.
Miss Fonseca Pass, if you on Zoom and you wish to address the court, please unmute and start your video. All right, Mr. Coleman.
Yeah, I'd be requesting a signature bond for Mr. McKenzie. He is 49 years of age. He's lived here in Atlanta for the last 8 years. He is a high school graduate and he served 10 years in the U.S. Marines. He's presently employed at H Chemical Plant. Looking at his criminal history, I see that there are 4 cycles. The open charge in Tennessee is not a conviction. I'd be requesting a signature bond.
Your Honor, did you sound for Finesca Pass?
I sounded for Fonseca Pass.
Fonseca Pass?
Oh, that's the address. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's supposed to be okay.
I was like, how did I forget?
LaDerica, and I do beg your pardon. LaDerica McKenzie is the alleged victim. If you are present and want to address the court, please unmute. LaDerica McKenzie.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Coleman, you said a signature bond. He was with the Marines and what else?
10 years in the Marines. He's been working at H Chemical Plant for the last, I believe, 8 years. He's been here in Atlanta for the last 8 years.
All right. And do you know, Mr. Scirocco, if the alleged victim has been in touch with victim advocates and does she still plan to continue living there?
Let me double check and see if we've had contact, Judge. I don't believe we have. We have not, Your Honor, so the safe bet would be to assume she does intend to stay there. So that is that.
Mr. Coleman, it's concerning that he's got an open aggravated assault case with a deadly weapon from Tennessee. Do you have any information on his disposition at the present time?
I don't, other than what pretrial stated that it was open. There is no conviction. I don't believe that it involves a family member.
Okay.
And again, I don't believe that the alleged victim in this case is living with my client.
Okay. That's not what it appears to be from the warrant, but then we can curate the bond order accordingly. On count 1 is going to be a 2,500 surety bond. Count 2 is going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. Count 3, 4, and 5 are going to be $1,000 each, and that's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. And for count 1 is a 2,500 surety bond. This is a total of a $8,000 split bond. Once Mr. McKenzie posts his bond for count 1, then he'll be required to report to pretrial services twice a month. Within 30 days, he will also be required to enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and attend and complete all 24 classes at his expense. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and no firearms. So if he owns or possesses any firearms from his prior career, all firearms must be surrendered to the authorities for destruction. No further contact with Laderica McKenzie and her child or children. If they reside at the property, then he'll be required to stay away from 3167 Fonseca Pass until further order of the court. Otherwise, he's allowed a one-time visit to the location and with a police officer. If the officer verifies that Ms. McKenzie and her child do not reside at the Fonseca Pass location, then he can return to the property. Otherwise, he would need to file a dispossessory action and return to the property after an eviction process has gone through. No, and as I said, he's required to do a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days, and he's not to miss or skip any of those classes. His next court date will be October 28th.
What was that level?
Level 2.
All right, that's per judge, Holly.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, please.
Next is add-on 12, Mr. Smith.
Before here. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Eric Maurice Smith is accused of simple battery from October 14th of this year, case 25 CR 6378B. Mr. Smith, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any priors?
49. 2018 failure to appear. 2017 possession of marijuana conviction. 2012 false pretense conviction.
Okay, nothing in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to the state's recommendation, we are recommending a $2,000 surety bond and a stay away from 1105 Holcomb Bridge Road. The allegations are that on September 9th of this year, between 8:30 and 9 a.m. at 8. One moment, Your Honor. It says at 8:30 Westview Drive in Atlanta, Georgia, Eric Smith approached co-worker Kayla Lunsford from behind while she was clocking in at work. Smith kissed Lunsford on the back of her neck and stated some profane language to her. Lunsford reported that the contact was unwanted and insulting, and she later disclosed the incident in writing to her employer. The state has made contact with the victim, Miss Lunsford. Don't know if she is on the line, and she is definitely in favor of prosecution. She did confirm the allegations that were in the warrants, and stated that she does not have a relationship, intimate, past or present, with the defendant. And she would like for there to be no further contact with herself from Mr. Eric Smith. I'm just a little confused about the incident location because the person that prepped this, it says 1105, but it looks like it must be 830 Westview Drive in Atlanta, Georgia, Your Honor, is the address that at least reads in the warrant.
Okay.
And so so to stay away from the 830 Westview Drive in Atlanta, Georgia, and no further contact with Miss Lunsford and that's Kayla Lunceford, spelled Lunceford, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Miss Kayla Lunsford, if you're on Zoom, this will be your time to unmute and start your video if you want to be heard. All right, Mr. McLean.
Your Honor, Mr. Smith is 49 years old. He lives on Connolly Road in Connolly, Georgia. He's a high school graduate by virtue of extra effort. Once he didn't finish high school, he had the gumption to go ahead and do his GED in 2002. He is working at a large chemical manufacturing place, manufacturing their chemical, and he's worked also at a large international beverage company manufacturing their beverage in the last 5 years. It's been a long time since he's had some trouble with the law, he tells me, and he seems to be entirely stable in his address. We would ask the court to consider a sanctuary bond.
You know, in law school, that was the first thing we were taught, that if you touch someone and they didn't want to be touched, that is grounds for a simple battery, but that's normally a tort action. But I guess it's also for a criminal action.
Did Your Honor ever have the case of the dinner plate in the hands of the person working in the cafeteria line?
Yes, we did that too. And
Yep.
you try to distinguish these facts. And so under these circumstances, I will grant a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services. And hopefully Mr. Smith will look up the phrase unwanted touching while he's out on his signature bond. He's to have no further contact with Kayla Lunsford. He's to stay 200 yards away from her, and he cannot communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. So if they happen to be working at the same place, he would either need to reach out to his employer and tell his employer what the court has ordered, and perhaps they can work on different shifts, or maybe he might want to reconsider his employment situation there. But he's definitely to stay away from wherever Miss Kayla Lunsford lives, wherever she works, or whether she's standing on the side of the street waiting for a bus. I don't care, but he needs to stay 200 yards away from her. His next court date will be sent to his address in Connolly. What was it? Drive?
Connolly Road in Connolly, Georgia.
Okay.
Is that the one that appears in Odyssey? If it's not, I'll chat it in or instruct him to go to the clerk.
What level is this?
Level 1.
Thank you.
I've got Connolly Road, C, Apartment C, Connolly, Georgia.
Correct.
Okay. So if he attempts to communicate with Miss Lunsford or return to his place of employment when she's working, he could be back in jail.
Your Honor, he doesn't work there anymore, and he's whispering to me that the apartment number is AC, so AC might be more accurate than C.
Okay, so he might want to come and update his address as soon as he's released. Report to pretrial once a month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is add-on 13, Mr. Trailer.
Not right now.
Smith.
John Tavius, middle initial K, Trailer, is accused of 2 counts of harassing communications from case number 25 CR 6382J. Incident date appears to be May 7th, 2025. Mr. Trailer, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. McLean. Mr. Howard, any priors?
Second. I think he's on first offender probation for ag assault. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. I do show that he received a 5-year probated sentence in 2021, which will not end until 2026. I believe it was out of DeKalb County, Your Honor. And in this particular incident, on May 7th of this year, at 3072 Washington Road in East Point, Georgia, John Tavius Trailer repeatedly called and sent threatening voice messages to the mother of his child. Her name is Miss Quintrice Lowe, Quentrice Lowe, Lowe. And one message, Trailer stated that if Lowe was to answer the door, he would knock her out after he slapped the first 3 people who came to the door before her. Lowe was in in the process of pursuing a temporary protective order at the time that this warrant was actually taken out. I do believe that at this time she may have actually received that temporary order. We did have contact with Ms. Quintrice Lowe, and she stated that she has made several reports in relation to the defendant, not only with the Atlanta Police Department, but also with East Point Police Department and Clayton County Police Department. Victim has stated that the defendant was arrested after DFACS removed their child from his care due to the baby being reported to have a black eye, knot, and bruises, according to the victim. In his 2021 case, he was charged with cruelty to children as well as an aggravated assault. And the victim has unequivocally stated that she would like there to be no further contact with her. Your Honor, given the fact that, or the child, given the fact that he is currently on probation, I do have reservations because this is a May 7th, 2025 case. Don't know the basis of the fact that it's now October 15th, 2025, and it's just now being he's being picked up on the warrant, but given the fact that he is on probation, and this did happen, he obviously in 2025, still on probation, did not learn to stay out of trouble. We're asking for a surety bond in the amount of $2,000, and that he has no further contact with Ms. Quintrice Lowe or her family, and that he stay away from the 3072 Washington Road address over in East Point. And Your Honor, if you were to consider any contact with the child, I'd leave it to Your Honor whether that's a third-party transport or some other means. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Quintrice Lowe, if you're on Zoom, this is your time to unmute and start your video if you want to address the court. All right. Mr. McLean.
Your Honor, 25-year-old Mr. Traylor disagrees with the facts as alleged. He does have a Morrow Road address in Morrow, Georgia. He believes that his probation will be over with on 12/15 of this year on that first offender probation. He has worked in restaurants and warehouses in the last 5 years. And he is cooperating with DFACS, he tells me, and believes he's going to prevail in that situation. Your Honor, he finished high school in 2020. We would ask for the lowest possible bond, including a signature bond, if that is possible.
Okay. On the harassing communications count 1, that's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. Count 2 is going to be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. This is going to be a $3,000 split bond. No further contact with Quintrice Lowe. He is to stay 200 yards away from her, from where she lives, from her immediate family members, and any all children that she has. He is to have no further contact with any children that he shares with her. If he wishes to have contact with the child, he would need to file a legitimation case and obtain a court order for a parenting plan. He's to report to pretrial. Once he posts his bond on count 1, he's to report to pretrial once a month. And if he violates any of these conditions of this bond, or if he gets arrested again, his signature bond portion will be revoked. His next court date is going to be October 28th.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Trailer, you've been advised of your right to remain silent.
No, he's letting me to know that he didn't tell
Do
you.
not interrupt me until I complete my sentence. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say about the facts or circumstances of your case, your statements can and will be used against you, including reconsidering the terms of your bond. So if you decide to waive your right to remain silent, it could be very detrimental, but you may proceed if you want to.
Your Honor, I'm going to recommend to him that he do seek legal counsel as soon as he gets out. I believe he'll be in touch with his family and he'll be out. But when he gets out, I believe that he will seek legal counsel and go to Superior Court and do the things necessary to adjust anything he thinks needs adjusted.
All right. But please understand that he's to have no contact with her and the child, either in person, mail, email, phone, computers, third party, and even on social media. Thank you.
Her judge, Holly.
Thank you. Next case.
Next is position 10, Mr. White.
The TPO stated that my son was placed in my custody due to her being rude.
It's still a hot mic in courtroom 2. So there is a TPO order against Mr. Trailer? Okay, we'll look it up. Thank you. I'm sorry, Deputy, who's the next person? Courtroom 2, I'm sorry. Who's
Position 10,
10?
Lily
Okay.
White, on the main calendar.
Okay.
My God. Zach House.
This is Willie White, accused of criminal trespass, possession of a drug-related object, and public drunk from October 12th of 2025, case number 25 CR 6356J. Mr. White, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any priors?
99. Yeah, it's an open trespass. It's 25 CR 006-169B. He just got released last week on I think $1 cash bond. You want me to keep going?
No, we're good. Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. The incident in 25 CR 006-169B that we're talking about from last week was the same location. It was a stay away from 3843 Jonesboro Road, the Exxon over in Atlanta, Georgia, off Jonesboro Road. He went back there. Unfortunately, this time he was with a 24-ounce can of alcohol, and they thought what they revealed to be a glass pipe with suspected crack cocaine residue in it. He was arrested without incident. Your Honor, I am asking for a surety bond, given the fact that he was just given an admonition on last week to stay away from that Exxon and went directly back to it. And they've had to call. At this point, I could imagine that it's a nuisance for the victims in this case that work at the Exxon. And so I am asking for a surety bond in the amount of $1,500, $500 on each count. If he can't stay away from 3843, perhaps we can help him. That's Jonesboro Road in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McLean?
Y'all muted.
Yeah, Mr. McLean, please unmute. There we go. Thank
There we
you.
go. Your Honor, he will defend the case, but that's for another day. He's a person who went to the 11th grade in high school. He's 61 years old, and he works odd jobs, Your Honor. He does have a Renault, RENAULT. Renault Road is his address, and he does have that as his mailing address, and he checks his mail with his stepmom and believes he will be able to make court on time. We ask the court to set the bond as low as possible.
Okay. On the criminal trespass is a 500 surety. Count 2 is going to be 250. Count 3 is going to be 250. This is a $1,000 surety bond. To stay 500 yards away from the Exxon gas station at 3843 Jonesboro Road in Atlanta, Georgia. He's not allowed at that location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol. So, well, he knows what that's required. And his next court date is going to be October 28th.
Next is position 6, Mr. Merritt.
October 28th. If they make you a plea bargain offer, no.
All right. So you need to step away because we're taking the next case. Thank you. Paul Michael Merritt is accused of improper passing in a no passing zone, simple assault, and aggressive driving from October 13th of this year. Case number is 25 CR 6354C. No, don't talk to him now. Now you listen to me. You have been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. I will give you time to talk to him, but right now I'm tired of people not paying attention. Mr. Howard, any priors?
33. 2025 failure to appear. 2024 battery resisting, intimidation, reckless driving conviction. 21 failure to appear. 18 disorderly conduct conviction.
Thank you. That's good. Mr. Rhodes, what's your recommendation for Mr. Merritt?
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to Mr. Merritt's, the state's recommendation is a $2,000 split bond, 1,000 surety on both of the simple assault and the aggressive driving, and then an SOB on the improper passing. And so a $2,000 split bond between the simple assault, aggressive driving, and the signature bond on the improper passing. No further contact with Carter Pope, who is the victim in this case, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapon while out on bond. Your Honor, he is a multi-state offender with several convictions out of the state of Florida. This incident did take place on October 13th, 1015 Old Roswell Road in Roswell at approximately 4:33 p.m. Law enforcement observed the defendant operating a green Cadillac with Florida tags, traveling on Old Roswell Road, south of Warsaw Road. The officers did make contact with the victim, Mr. Carter Pope, who explained that the defendant became irate with him due to a misunderstanding while both vehicles were traveling on that road. The defendant got behind the victim's vehicle and then passed him on the left over a double yellow line in a no passing zone, briefly driving north in the southbound lane and placing the other driver in danger. While passing Mr. Pope's vehicle, the defendant threw a large Taco Bell drink from the driver's side seat out the passenger side window, causing it to strike Mr. Pope's vehicle while it was still moving. The liquid spilled all over the interior of Mr. Pope's vehicle while he was operating that vehicle. The defendant then proceeded to cut in front of Mr. Pope's vehicle and came to an abrupt stop, causing Mr. Pope to rear end the defendant's vehicle. This act placed Mr. Pope in reasonable apprehension of immediately receiving a violent injury by potentially crashing into the vehicle. The officers did observe that Mr. Pope's vehicle, which was a red Ford Mustang, did have liquid spill all over it, and the interior with the cup coming to a rest on the dashboard. And the defendant's vehicle was observed with a freshly spilt liquid on the passenger side, which is how the victim described the accounts of actually happening. Considering that he does have a 2025 simple assault, an FTA, most recently harassing phone calls in 2023, terroristic threats and acts in both 2016 and 2023, family battery, family violence arrests in 2016, and convictions out of the state of Florida for reckless driving in 2024, and resisting officer without violence in 2024. We are asking for the split bond, but we are asking for the surety on both the simple assault and the aggressive driving. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. McLean?
Thank you, Your Honor. 54-year-old Mr. Merritt does have a Sunfish Bend address in Alpharetta. So his address is stable. He's lived there about 3 years, gets good mail service there, and won't have any reason to miss court whatsoever and to be on time. He's got a cousin here in Buckhead. He's got friends in Alpharetta. He's got an undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree, a Bachelor of Arts from 1997. He has worked installing solar panels, and that would be the construction industry. I usually just refer to industry rather than get real specific. Logistics, and also just done DoorDash.
All right.
We would ask the court to set the bond as low as possible. Under these circumstances, he does disagree with the alleged facts.
Oh. On the aggressive driving, that's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On the simple assault, it's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. And on the improper passing is going to be a 500 signature bond through the jail. His total bond is going to be 3,000. It is a split bond. No driving unless he has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. And his next court date is October 28th. And I'm sorry, no contact with Carter Pope. He doesn't qualify for a release bond due to his FTA from 2025 and 2021.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next is position 8, Mr. Parker.
2,500 surety and so what's the total is now?
Tamarcos Denard Parker is accused of simple assault, family violence, and simple battery family violence from July 19th of this year. And case number is 25 CR 6353Y. Mr. Parker, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any priors?
Second, got an open simple battery against person who is pregnant. It's 24 CR 007210Y. That's a pretrial case.
What was the bond? Well, I'll look it up too.
No.
Okay. Mr. Scarapa?
Yes, Judge. And I do want to add as well, there was, defendant was convicted. Let me make sure. Hold on. The case I'm looking at is 24 CR 007210Y.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
the
is-
one that Mr. Howard said that's a
Okay.
pretrial bond.
Okay, that is okay, thank you. That's what I have. I had that in the wrong section here, but yeah, that was from October of last year. It's the same victim as is here, Miss Nadia Parker. The defendant was arrested for beating her over a jealous argument while she was pregnant. The defendant was given a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial, ordered to have no further contact with the victim, and to stay away from the incident location. It looks like they since moved, but he's in violation of the conditions of bond. We are in the process of seeking a bond revocation. And I do want to express what the victim relayed to us. She confirmed the events in the warrant, stated she is no longer in a relationship with the defendant, is currently 16 weeks pregnant with his child. They share a child together, and there's a defects case involving them. The victim explained that she and the defendant stopped living together after he got in a relationship, and the girlfriend threatened to harm her child. Excuse me. She states she has not been choked by the defendant in about a year, but she did mention that open case. And she has not reported every incident that there has been of violence against her by the defendant, but the defendant and his current partner have been making her life a living hell, causing a significant mental toll on her. She has relocated, I think, since the previous incident, but the defendant has made threats on her and her children, she relayed, said that he will kill them. Excuse me. She's concerned about his behavior and his inability to regulate his behavior and temper. The defendant's already completed anger management classes, and from what she says, evidently hasn't learned a thing from those classes. And especially with the allegations here and what's on the warrant, it's very, very concerning, with the brandishing of the firearm and the simple battery against her. We are very, very concerned for her. The risk of reoffense here is high, incredibly high. The state's recommendation is a $5,000 cash bond, $2,500 on each. We are recommending FIB, no further contact with Anadia Varner. Stay away from 111 Claire Drive, Southeast Atlanta, and wherever the victim may reside. No further contact with the children. of Anadia Varner. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And that is all for the state. If we could sound for Ms. Varner at this time.
Anadia Barner, Barner. If you're on Zoom and would like to contribute, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Just running empty on the, oh, there she goes.
Hey, I don't like to contribute to anything.
All right, then you can switch your video off and mute your screen.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. McLean.
22-year-old Mr. Parker, Your Honor, lives and gets his mail on Collier Ridge with his mother in a house in the 30318 zip code. So staying away, should the court order it, probably before, would not be a problem for him, he says. He went through the 11th grade in high school and will work on his GED, and he's quite industrious in that he has worked. He's only 22, but he's worked construction and in a warehouse and unarmed security. And so he's asking the court to set his bond as low as possible. I know that there is that other case open. He was aware of that and told me about it. Your Honor, he would ask the court for a signature bond if it is legal or if it's possible and appropriate. And he would ask for a $1,000 surety bond if it is not.
So, right. So from the previous case, the signature bonds to pretrial, one of the requirements is no contact with Anadia Varner. I don't care if Miss Varner invited him over, but he's under a court order to stay away from her. So this incident from July 19th, 2025 is a violation of that bond order. So that's going to revert to a surety bond. So that open case 24 CR 0072101Y is now a $2,000 surety bond. Same conditions apply. For this current case, based on the allegations set forth in the warrant, on the simple assault family violence, that's going to be a $1,000 cash bond. And count 2 is going to be a $500 cash bond. This is going to be a $1,500 cash bond. Again, to have no further contact with Anadia Varner, to have no further contact with the child or children that she has, whether they're his children or not. He's to have no contact with any of her children and any of her immediate family members. He's to stay away from her residence, from her workplace, or wherever she and her family happen to be physically located. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. His next court date will be October 28th, and we will address both cases, the current case and the 24 CR 0072101Y. Thank you.
Did Your Honor, I'm so sorry, order the one of the conditions being surrender any and all firearms if in the case he does
no,
make
I
bond?
didn't. Well, he's not allowed to have any firearms. So if he has any, they all have to be surrendered to the police for destruction. I did forget one thing. If he wishes to have any contact with the children he shares with Miss Varner, he would need to file a legitimation action in the appropriate court and get a court order for parenting plan, child support, and so forth. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Next is add-on 8, Mr. Moore.
Add-on 8. Okay. We have 3 more cases from the add-on calendar that need to be addressed. So position 8 is Amir Talib Moore, accused of criminal trespass, willful obstruction of an officer, and violation of or committing certain acts at a bus, rail, or station, which are prohibited. This is from October 14th, 2025, case number 25 CR 6380F. Mr. Moore, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any priors?
No. I didn't see an address listed in Odyssey though.
Okay.
And this,
Mr.
you said Mr. Moore, Judge?
I have Amir Talib Moore.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I have that. The state's recommendation here is a signature bond through pretrial services. Stay away from MARTA premises and property in accordance with any existing suspensions. And I'm not sure. I would defer to defense on this as to whether a social worker visit would be beneficial here. That is that, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right. And Mr. McLean, does your client have a residential address where he can receive summons? I'm sorry, you're muted, sir.
Okay, 165 Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard. That is a program, and he says that he will surely get his mail from that program. It's Atlanta Mission. It's very near Georgia Tech and the world of Coca-Cola.
I have absolutely blank on his.
Right.
What's his date of birth?
What is your date of birth? Right, it's correct on the calendar, Your Honor, 1/31/06.
Okay.
And so he tells me he is homeless, but he will get his mail there. So a social worker advice about how to shelter would not be a bad idea. He tells me, so with the signature bond recommendation, we did certainly go along with that. He's only 19. He's worked in restaurants and warehouses, but pretty sharp, and I think he'll do well on this and not violate any court orders and show up in court on time.
All right. It's going to be $500 on each count. It's going to be a 1,500 signature bond through the jail. He'll need to make sure that he shows up in court, and he's to stay away from MARTA property in accordance with any active suspensions. And if he gets arrested again, make sure he brings $1,500 with him back to jail. Thank you. Next.
Next is add-on number 10, Mr. Porter.
Oh, Mr. McLean, he'll need to come to the clerk's office within the next 30 days and provide that mailing address in writing.
I'll give him a piece of paper with the clerk's address on it.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Deputy, was that Mr. Porter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Marquavius Tyreek Porter is case 25 CR 6379D, accused of the following offenses from a traffic incident, October 1st, 2025. Driving while license suspended or revoked, no valid insurance, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, and willful obstruction of an officer. Case number is 26379D. Mr. Porter, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Any priors?
State, what you got?
Oh, there's a lot here. Hang on. So there's two FTAs listed just from his driving history alone from 2021, 2022. I see it looks like he's wanted out of Alabama presently. That warrants issued August 25th, 2025 for flight to avoid arrest and attempting to elude. There's history of felony drug and drug trafficking cases, a number of probation violations, most recently in 2023, convictions for battery, 2018, ag assault, felony terroristic threats and acts, possession of firearm during commission, among other charges. That was 2020. And I have another case there, trafficking controlled substances, willful obstruction, fleeing and attempting to elude felony, and a hit and run.
He's got a felony case at the present time, right?
Yeah, this is.
Okay. And
yeah.
what's your bond recommendation for these charges?
For these charges, Judge, the state's recommendation is a $6,500 surety. Given his history, the open case, and I mean, the risk to the public that this sort of driving posed, he almost hit several cars speeding away from police at a high rate of speed, and disregarded several lights. So this is very concerning. It looks like his driver's license has been suspended since that last failure to appear from 2022. So he shouldn't be driving on the road whatsoever, especially without insurance also. So The state's recommendation of the $6,500 surety, to break it down, is $5,000 on the fleeing and eluding, $500 on each of the remaining charges. No driving whatsoever is what we'd be asking for here. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and that's going to be all for the state.
Mr. McLean?
Noted that there was some kind of notation on what we call the 3 card in Odyssey. When you go to jailings, it said that Second Chance Bonding Company was talking with the record room or something like that. There may be some confusion.
It says first set of charges paid. Pink sheet on the desk in bonding, waiting disposition for other charges. So I'm not sure which bonds he has posted on, but the current case in which that's before us, he has no bond. So maybe this is holding it up.
That may be the case, Your Honor, because he and I talked to his mother, they thought that the bond was made on everything. But I explained to him that if no bond had been set on this yet, that would have been impossible. But that may be the case. Your Honor, he's 32 years old. He's got a Northside Circle 30309 address of apartment L6. Went to Creekside High School locally here and finished. He does labor work. He's quite industrious and works hard. He asked the court to set the bond as low as it possibly can. Let's see, is there anything disqualifying from a signature bond?
The FTAs, 2021 and 2022.
2021 would do it. So we would ask for the lowest possible bond, Your Honor.
All right. On the driving while suspended or revoked, that's going to be $1,000 surety bond. The no insurance is $1,000 surety bond. The willful obstruction of an officer is $1,000 surety bond. And fleeing and attempting to loot is going to be $1,000 cash bond. This is a $4,000 split bond. No driving until further order of the court. So I don't care whether his license is reinstated or he managed to get another license from Planet Mars, but he's not allowed to drive any vehicle until further order of the court. And that's the condition of this bond. His next court date is October 28th. If he does post bond, make sure we have a current address, and we'll see him in court next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is add-on number 14, Mr. Walker.
I guess they didn't need me.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm sorry. I didn't know how to do this. I'm Mr. Porter's mom.
Okay, well, you have the update on his bond, so thank you. You're
Yes,
free to
ma'am.
go.
Thank you kindly.
Jamario Walker, middle name Bernard, is accused of misdemeanor possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce and criminal trespass. And Mr. Walker, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. McLean. Your case number is 25 CR 6384Y. Incident date appears to be March 27 of 2025. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
16. I think you still got an open case, 25 CR 001-839Y.
Mhm.
You got an open shoplifting out of Clayton County. Open theft of merchandise out of Tennessee. 2025, 2 theft convictions. 2024 trespass conviction. 23 battery DV conviction. 2023 acts stalking arrest. 2023 violation of family violence order conviction.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Rhodes, yes, sir.
Yes, Judge, that same Exxon at 3985 Jonesboro Road in Union City. It's a popular place, I tell you.
Sounds like it.
I just, it was he had a criminal trespass warning from there. And so basically, but this is an old warrant, I do believe. I'm based on the open cases, I'm asking for a low bond in the amount of $15 on the criminal trespass and $15 on the possession of marijuana for a total of $30 cash bond, Your Honor.
Any objection, Mr. McLean?
Well, he does have people to get hold of, right?
I don't really
Right.
try to.
Well, We've got some numbers for his mom, so I think that would be suitable.
All right. 15 and 15, that's a $30 cash bond. And if he didn't get the memo, he's to stay away from the Exxon gas station in Union City, not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, alcohol, and not allowed to own any firearms. Next court date is going to be October 28th. Make sure he provides us with a good address.
Good. Call your mom.
All right, then I move on to the regular SCA calendar. I have Dante Rivera. Have we addressed it?
No, Your Honor, he was a waiver.
All right, and what about Brian Newcomb?
Refusal.
Is that a waiver too?
It wasn't so much a waiver, Your Honor, as it was, he was very agitated and we think he's not ready for prime time.
Wasn't he reset a lot when he was here a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay.
On
I
SAP,
recognize that name.
Thursday, I believe he was on competency or SAP, one of the two.
Okay. Shall I place him on the competency calendar for
Yes. Yeah.
16 will be the 23rd?
Quite honestly, yes, Your Honor, I think so.
Okay. Am I correct? Is next Thursday the 23rd? Oh, I forgot that one. 16th. Yeah, I think it is.
Hold on.
All right.
That's Newcomb. Was it?
Yeah, Newcomb.
Newcomb?
Yes, position 7 on the SCA calendar, not the add-on.
Okay.
And that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. Stay away from the incident location and reset to 11 a.m. on October 23rd at 11 a.m. Okay, thank you. Dante Rivera, this is a waiver. And so, Mr. Howard, any priors on Mr. Dante Rivera, position 9?
Yeah, 18. You got to open hit and run and proper lane change suspended license. It's a 24 CR case. Got to open criminal damage in the 2nd degree. That's a 24 SC case. Open ag assault battery against female who's pregnant. It's 25 PI 007305. Got to open trespass and ag assault, financial transaction card, 2 counts. Open shoplifting out of Cherokee County.
That's good. Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Rivera, the state is recommending a $2,000 surety bond, and we are asking for a against my better judgment, no further violent contact with Miss Palmer in this case. And if I'll try to get a first name for you, and to
Vanessa
Palmer. And this incident stemmed from an August 9th, 2025 event. From 6:40 p.m. to 8 p.m., officers responded to 1777 Peachtree Street in Northeast Atlanta. Basically, there was a dispute between Dante Rivera and his girlfriend, Miss Palmer, who lived together at that address. And Rivera allegedly grabbed Miss Palmer by the arms, pinned her against the wall, and threw her onto a bed, causing a bloody nose and ripped shirt. When Miss Palmer attempted to enter the door for officers that were arriving, he refused to allow her to open that door. She was eventually able to get the door open. There was
Mr. Rhodes, he's currently in a no bond status on a false imprisonment 25 PI case. Do you know if it involves the same alleged victim?
I do not, but I can look that up, Your Honor. Is that in Fulton County?
Yeah, it's the same time as this. I think I don't know whether he's had first appearance, but he's in a no bond status on this charge.
I'm going to look that up right quick, Your Honor. We have had contact with the victim, Ms. Vanessa Palmer, and she's right now in a state of denial. She is saying that she's pregnant with their child. She did admit that they have scuffles from time to time, which is an exact quote, and that essentially that she does not necessarily want to prosecute the case, but understands that the state is going forward. And I'll look up that other case, Your
It
Honor.
is the same victim.
Okay, you already did. Thank you.
Incident date is August 5th as well. Oh, August 5th. So all right, that's fine.
And this one was August 9th, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. McLean?
2 different dates apparently, and he has no bond on that, I believe.
Correct.
He just waived his presence and said, please ask the court to give me a fair bond. He understands the situation that between now and SAP, he will be here.
Okay. On the battery family violence, it's going to be 3,500. Simple battery is 1,500. This is a $5,000 surety bond. No further contact with Vanessa Palmer. Stay away from 1777 Peachtree Street in Northeast Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date's October 28th.
And that's 777?
1777.
Thank you.
Sounds like a historical year, but I'm not sure for what. Okay. All right, moving on, we have, let's see, Brian Newcomb is reset to 11 a.m. Then we have Kevin Woods, accused of criminal trespass from October 13th of this year, case 25 CR 6355C. Is that,
He's a waiver, and yes, we have that.
all right. Any priors on Mr. Woods?
See. Yeah, you got at least 10 arrests. You got an open reckless conduct, trespass, open theft by shoplifting, open aggravated harassment out of New York, 2024 assault on police conviction, 2023 petty larceny conviction, 2018 shoplifting conviction.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to Mr. Woods, I'm showing he's also a multi-state offender. This was a trespass, Your Honor, at 3500 Peachtree Road. I believe it's the Phipps Plaza. So we're just asking for a believe that he was trespassed from that location, given a warning prior to. We're asking for a $50 cash bond, a stay away from Phipps Plaza. We are asking for a social work visit for BHET, given his history. He's set things on fire, like trash cans. Just had some really questionable history. So we are asking for a social work visit to assess that.
Okay. Mr. McLean, is that acceptable?
It is, Your Honor. I believe his mother may be on. Is
there anyone here for Kevin Woods? This will be the time to unmute and start your video. Kevin Woods, anyone here in support?
Thank you. No, that's suitable.
All right, $50 cash bond.
Social worker is also suitable, Your Honor.
All right, stay away from the entire Phipps Plaza Mall on Peachtree Road, and he'll need a social worker visit to consider any kind of evaluation, including BH, as well as housing situation if required. Okay, that concludes the calendar. I'll just try to do a quick run through and let me know if I'm missing anything. And I know there are a couple of consent orders and we'll get to that. On the regular SCA calendar, beginning with Abdullah Daniels, that's a $2,000, no, was it a $2,000 surety bond or 3,000?
It's a total 5,000.
5,000, excuse me.
Yeah, I have the 5,000 signature bond.
You're correct. 5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Bailey is a $15,000 surety bond with an ankle monitor. 3, Sean Brown, that's a $9,000 surety bond, reset October 28th. 4, Corey is a $1,500 signature, signature bond to jail, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Johnson is a 2,500 signature bond for pretrial level 2 with 2 parenting classes required and random screens. Merritt is a, let me see.
$3,000 split.
Okay, 3,000. Yeah, he had a signature bond through the jail on count 1. So that's a $3,000 split. Okay. Position 7, Newcomb is a $1,000 surety, reset to 11 a.m. 10/23. 8, Parker is a $1,500 cash bond, reset 10/28. 9 is a Rivera is a $5,000 surety bond, reset 10/28. 10, White is a $1,000 surety bond, reset 10/28. And Woods is a $50 cash bond, reset 10/28. On the add-on calendar, we had one case that wasn't accused, Miss Hand, and she received a $2,000 signature bond through the jail by consent. Then moving on to the actual accused cases, Davis received a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Eggleston was a 2,000 surety, reset 10/28. Foxworth is a $4,000 split bond, reset date 10/28, excuse me. Harris is a $55 cash bond, reset 10/28. 5 Heichel is a 7,000 surety bond, reset 10/28. Kamara is a $1,000 signature bond through the jail, 10/28. Mackenzie is a $8,000 split bond, reset 10/28. Moore is a 1,500 signature bond through the jail. 9 Ortiz is a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Porter
It's a level 1. Is it a two?
is level 1, excuse me. Level 1. Porter is a $4,000 split bond. Count 3, fleeing or attempting to elude, is a $1,000 cash bond. And reset dates 10/28. 11 Roundtree is a 2,000 signature bond for pretrial level 1. Smith, position 12, is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial. Did I say level 1? I think it was level 1.
Which position is that?
12 Smith.
12 is a level 1.
Okay. 13 Trailer is a $3,000 split bond, reset 10/28. 14 Walker is a $30 cash bond, reset 10/28. 15 Walls is a $1,000 surety bond, reset 10/28.
What was the level for trailer?
Trailer,
I have level 1,
it's
and that was
level,
per judge.
yeah, level 1. 1,500 surety and then 1,500 signature bonds for pretrial level 1. Okay, do I have any consent bond orders that I need to go over, or are we good? Did we resolve the issues with all the consent bond orders, Mr.
I received them and I have them with the paperwork I'm gonna send you.
Okay,
And you got the signatures as well, Ms. Bridgewater?
Oh, that part, let me look. Y'all flooded me with paperwork today. Not so sure I have the signatures, but I do have the actual paperwork.
I signed the ones on Heard and Domain.
It looks like I have with express permission
Yes.
on 9.
so Shalonda Hood is good. We've just addressed that. Thomas Domain, who was the signatory for that?
Well, I just signed my name. I didn't see any place for him to sign, but I signed my name.
Well, if you can sign for him, let me see. I've got Mr. Coleman and Mr. Scirocco there, and he's received a signature bond. Stay away from Northside Plaza at 440 Markham Street, and looks like it's a 2,000 signature bond to pretrial level 1, correct?
Yeah. Did you need me to sign it again or?
No, sir.
Okay.
We also, I believe we had on there social worker visit for housing.
Yeah, I just closed it out, but
Yep. Along with no violation of the laws and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. Yep.
okay. Were there any other consent bonds I need to address? Mr. Rhodes, did you figure out the one that I don't remember the email trail between you and Mr. Jordan, but
Yes, there was one that Mr. Jordan wanted me to fix. I just wanted to make sure that that was fixed. I did
I
add.
did get that one.
Okay.
okay.
I was confused because the gelling screen was only showing the 2, and then I know we added a charge. I just didn't want them to not to hold them because we put the battery family violence that was added on there. But it sounds like that'll fix it.
I just didn't want to get involved in that email thread because it kept going back and forth, and I said, let both of you resolve it before we do. All right. So if we have no other questions, then I'll just wait for Ms. Bridgewater to send me all these proposed orders. And,
They're on the way.
all right. Mr. McLean, we're good? All right, guys. Y'all have a great, I don't remember what day is today. Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. Y'all enjoy. Happy Wednesday. Okay.
Thank you. See you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.